The necessary evil trope is used quite extensively in fiction. It generally showcases a huge obstacle that the heroes need to overcome in order to build a peaceful society or a peaceful world. This has been the case in anime as well, and there have been a lot of anime which have utilized this particular technique, possibly one of the best examples being the Naruto series. But here, the case is a little more nuanced than that, because here in Attack on Titan, it's not just about the necessary evil, but rather Eren, the necessary devil. So hello and welcome to Undervisey, my name is Soham and today we are going to talk about Attack on Titan manga chapter 134. Now if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to the channel since I do weekly anime and manga related content. Also, we're trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, so like and sub would be massively appreciated. And lastly, a manga spoiler alert for all of you who are anime only viewers, you have been warned. Now with that being said, let's begin the video. Now this particular chapter, that is chapter 134, was really a grim, dark and solemn chapter. Narrative wise and plot wise, there's not a lot of development here because the plot is kind of the same. Eren is moving forward with the rumbling and city after city are getting destroyed. But in the meantime, the plot goes deep into the human psyche and human psychology, because there's a lot of self-reflection that is going on in this chapter, from Ranner's mother to the other Marleyans. Because for the first time, I think this is the first time, for the first time, the Marley side, that is the Marleyan soldiers, are actually openly admitting or recognizing their fault in their approach to the entire situation with Eldia and Paradis. Because in this story, there is not one singular villain. There are only sides and there is just hatred. And once again, a very common trope pops up here, but it is utilized very magnificently in my opinion, and that is the cycle of hatred. Hatred gives rise to hatred, and this particular process continues on and on. One particular side is hurt and it will hate the other side for doing so, and it will retaliate, and the process will just go on and on and on. There's no solution for something like this, and this is going on for centuries now in this particular world. One side has hurt the other side and the other side retaliates by hurting the other side. This is the story of Marley and Eldia, and in a way this is a grim reminder of the real world as well. And that is what Isayama is trying to portray in this particular chapter. And along with that, there are a lot of other callbacks from this particular chapter as well. The best one being Eren from season 1. Now back in season 1, when Eren first transformed into the Attack Titan and his subsequent Berserker modes, there was one particular line which everyone thought that it was just a cheesy hype moment for anime. And that was Eren saying, "I will destroy everything. I will kill them. I will exterminate them all." But now this particular thing, it's making a lot more sense now. There's a lot more context to something like this, because of which Eren is moving forward with his plan of extermination. Because he knows that he has to become the devil, he has to become the necessary devil in order to achieve final peace in this particular world. I am kind of reminded by Sasuke's delusional words at the end of Naruto Shippuden, where he wanted to become the shadow which the entire world will fear, and that kind of a thing is actually going on here. Eren wants to become, or rather Eren has become, that figure of devil, and even the side of Marley acknowledges the fact that this is a product of their hatred. This is a devil that has born out of their nonsensical fight that has been going on for centuries now, and they are really sorry for that. This chapter is very high on human emotions, human psychology, and a couple of months back I did a video where I talked about the brainwashing aspect of Attack on Titan and how this entire psychology molds or destroys the human mind. And Isayama is a master of mind games and human psychology, and this is on display here. Because no matter how much the Marley side tries to reason or tries to feel sorry, they are not going to eventually stop, and even Eren knows that. Even if Eren tries to stop himself right now, they will try to take their revenge upon him and the other people of Paradis, and this cycle will just continue on and on. As a kid, Eren was hurt by the side of Marley when the Marleyan soldiers, that is the Armored Titan and the Colossal Titan, attacked, and that resulted in the death of his mother. So he was angry from that very moment and he wanted to sought revenge. And now that he has done so much of an atrocity, so much of death on such a large scale, there is bound to be hatred in the minds of other people as well. And eventually down the line, they will take their revenge on the island of Paradis. And this process will once again continue on, and there will be no stopping to this. Eren didn't like Zeke's plan of castrating the entire population, and he thought that this was the only necessary evil, or rather the necessary devilish step that will bring forth true peace in the world. Because here's a very important thing, he has left out his friends. Not just Reiner, not just the people from Marley, but rather his friends from Paradis as well. And this is the thing which is important here, because this is the thing which will bring down the necessary devil. And this is something the Marleyan soldiers actually acknowledged, because when they saw Reiner transforming into the armored titan, they also saw some ODM gear, and they realized that these are the soldiers from Paradis, and they are also trying to exterminate this necessary devil which has spawned out of the mutual hatred among these two nations, or rather the entire world in general at this moment. So in a way we could say that Eren wants to die, he really wants to die, but he has now become the necessary devil that needs to be exterminated. And after this battle, if his friends from Paradis do manage to take him down, that will have a positive psychological effect, a positive psychological change in the hearts of the entire world, and that will ensure peace, that will ensure true peace and a stopping point for all the hatred, all the mutual hatred that is going on for centuries now. This series is a very grim reminder of the real world to some extent, and I'm really loving the story so far. Even though I personally feel that Reiner will be the one who will eventually survive all of this, he will be the one who will be the last man standing, but that's a topic of discussion for another day. In this video, I just wanted to clear out my thoughts on this particular regard. There's a lot of other symbolism in this particular chapter as well, from Historia's child to the other child that was being carried around and the cities being destroyed. London was destroyed and the other Japanese city was just destroyed. People are praying and at the same time they are getting killed as well. So overall, this was a very grim chapter and we are entering into the endgame. We are finally entering into the endgame of the series. According to Isayama, only 1 or 2% of the story is left, and I think that can be translated into 3 or 4 real world chapters. And like I said in my spoiler review video, I think that this series will not end in December right now, but rather it will end somewhere around March next year. I think that would be very much logical, because currently they need to bring around the Flying Jaw Titan, because I think that will be pretty important for the series so far. I don't exactly know what will be the symbolism for the baby that was shown here, or what exactly is going on with Historia's child and what all plot threads that would leave us with, but currently things are looking very grim for the series, and Eren has truly become the necessary devil that will be needed to cut down in order to achieve world peace finally. And that's a very grim situation and a grim reminder for the real world problems as well. Isayama is just a mastermind at this point, and he's just playing with our emotions, or you could say playing with our mind. So this is it. This was Attack on Titan manga chapter 134. What are your thoughts about it, guys? Please mention them in the comment section below. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel for more. This is WonderYZ and I'll see you soon in the next video.